So good day friends. So in this video lecture we shall be seeing the size of plastic zone, that is RP, when theta is not equal to 0. So in the previous lectures we have seen for the Irwin's approach or Dugdale's approach. So this was the size of the plastic zone, and if you see, the theta was equal to 0, that is the crack was exactly on the horizontal. But there will be conditions when these cracks will be in this orientation, that is you have the horizontal and this angle theta will be not equal to 0, and at that instant what will be the size of the plastic zone developed at the crack tip, we shall be seeing in this derivation. So here in this derivation of determining the plastic zone size, we come across two conditions. One is the plane stress and the second one is plane strain. So in either of the cases, that is plane stress and plane strain, we shall be determining the size, that is plastic zone size, using von Mises criteria, that is von Mises theory of failure, and second one is Tresca criteria. So using von Mises and Tresca, we shall determine the size of the RP. Is that clear? So let us begin with the derivation. So here I take the first case, that is plane stress, and in this plane stress I take the case for the von Mises criteria. Clear? So in this von Mises criteria we have the equation sigma 1 minus sigma 2 square plus sigma 2 minus sigma 3 the whole square plus sigma 3 minus sigma 1 the whole square should be greater than or equal to 2 sigma ys square. Clear? So this is the equation we have for the von Mises criteria. So what does this mean? In a body, when there are three principal stresses, that is sigma 1, sigma 2 and sigma 3, this combination of these principal stresses, if they are greater than or equal to 2 times the square of the yield stress, the material or the component will fail. That is what this equation depicts. So now we shall see from the Mohr circle, though the Mohr circle is not there, we get the value of sigma 1 is equal to sigma 0 plus r, and this is given as ki upon root of 2 pi r into cos theta by 2 into 1 plus sin theta by 2. Okay. Similarly, sigma 2, which is sigma 0 minus r, is given by ki upon root of 2 pi r into cos theta by 2 into 1 minus sin theta by 2. And for the plane stress condition, sigma 3 will be equal to 0. Clear? Now we shall take each of this combination using the sigma 1, sigma 2 and sigma 3, and we shall determine the final equation over here. So first we shall take what is sigma 1 minus sigma 2. So in sigma 1 minus sigma 2 we have this term, that is ki upon root of 2 pi r into cos theta by 2 into 1 plus sin theta by 2 minus ki upon root of 2 pi r into cos theta by 2 into 1 minus sin theta by 2. So simplifying this, we get ki upon root of 2 pi r into cos theta by 2. Here we get this as 1 plus sin theta by 2 minus of this means, that is minus 1, minus into minus is plus sin theta by 2. So plus minus 1 and plus 1 gets cancelled here. So ultimately sigma 1 minus sigma 2 will be ki upon root of 2 pi r into cos theta by 2 into this will be 2 sin theta by 2. So squaring this, that is ultimately we want sigma 1 minus sigma 2 the whole square. So sigma 1 minus sigma 2 the whole square will be ki square upon 2 pi r into cos square theta by 2 into 4 sin square theta by 2. Clear? So we got here sigma 1 minus sigma 2. So now we shall just write it down over here. The first equation. So the first equation is sigma 1 minus sigma 2 the whole square is equal to 4 ki upon 2 pi r into cos square theta by 2 into sin square theta by 2. So here we take C as ki upon root of 2 pi r. Therefore sigma 1 minus sigma 2 the whole square will be what? 4c square into cos square theta by 2 into sin square theta by 2. Clear? So this is the equation we got for sigma 1 minus sigma 2 the whole square. So you can write down this, that is sigma 1 minus sigma 2 the whole square will be equal to 4c square cos square theta by 2 into sin square theta by 2. So if you take this as equation number 1 and all these conditions as equation number 2, so this we take as equation number 3. So now we shall see the next one, that is sigma 2 minus sigma 1. Later on we will square it. So this can be written as sigma 2 is ki upon root of 2 pi r into cos theta by 2 into 1 plus, sorry, sigma 2 is 1 minus sin theta by 2, and sigma 3 will be nothing but it will be 0. So this can be written as ki upon root 2 pi r we have taken as c. So c into cos theta by 2. So I take this cos theta by 2 inside. So cos theta by 2 minus cos, or we'll keep it as it is over here, c into cos theta by 2 into 1 minus sin theta by 2. So what will be sigma 2 minus sigma 3 the whole square? So this will be c square cos square theta by 2 into 1 minus sin theta by 2 the whole square. So simplifying this, we get c square cos square theta by 2. This can be written as a square plus b square, that is 1 plus sin square theta by 2 minus 2ab, that is 2 sin theta by 2. Right? So taking the cos square theta by 2 term inside, we get c square into cos square theta by 2 into 1 is cos square theta by 2, cos square theta by 2 into sin square theta by 2, so plus cos square theta by 2 into sin square theta by 2 minus cos square theta 2 times cos square theta by 2 into sin theta by 2 minus 2 cos square theta by 2 into sin theta by 2, and this will be equation number 4. So sigma 2 minus sigma 3 the whole square will be c square into cos square theta by 2 plus cos square theta by 2 into sin square theta by 2 minus 2 cos square theta by 2 into sine theta by 2. So let me write it over here. So sigma 2 minus sigma 3 the whole square, this will be c square into cos square theta by 2 plus cos square theta by 2 into sin square theta by 2 minus 2 cos square theta by 2 into sin theta by 2. So this will be equation number 4. Now what will be sigma 3 minus sigma 1 the whole square? That is sigma 3 minus sigma 1 the whole square. So if you take sigma 3 is 0, so what this equation will become? This can be written as sigma 1 the whole square, right? So what is sigma 1? So this is sigma 1. So this square. So in the previous this thing it was sigma 2 the whole square because sigma 3 was 0. So now here what will be the square of this? It will be same as that equation what we have seen, that is the same equation, but instead of minus over here we will have a term plus, just because there is 1 plus sine theta by 2 over here. So we can write sigma 3 minus sigma 1 the whole square as c square in the bracket cos square theta by 2 plus cos square theta by 2 into sin square theta by 2 minus 2 cos square theta by 2 into sin theta by 2, and this will be equation number 5. So now we shall substitute equation 3, 4 and 5 in equation number 1. So what we can write that as? So here I can write this as 2 sigma ys the whole square will be equal to equation number 3 plus equation number 4 plus equation number 5. Do you agree with that? Now we shall simplify this equation, and finally we will get the equation as 2 sigma ys the whole square will be equal to c square into 3 by 2 sin square theta plus cos theta plus 1. So here we have to simplify this. I have not simplified, but in the examination you need to simplify, so you can simplify it yourself, you can give it a try. So from this, after simplification you should get this term. Clear? Now from this term we have to determine the size as the plastic zone which is asked. So we'll substitute back to c square, that will be ki upon 2 pi r into 3 by 2 sin square theta plus cos theta plus 1. This will be equal to 2 sigma ys the whole square. Therefore we can write r is equal to ki square upon 2 pi, and this 2 also will come, so this becomes 4 pi sigma ys square into 3 by 2 sin square theta plus cos theta plus 1, and this r is nothing but rp. So that is the size of the plastic zone using von Mises criteria. So now we shall see next with the Tresca criteria. So for what is the governing equation for Tresca criteria? You have already studied this in advanced machine design. We can say that maximum shear stress tau max will be greater than or equal to half of the sigma ys, right? So if the maximum shear stress in the component is greater than or equal to half of the sigma ys, that is the yield stress, then the failure occurs. That is what is the Tresca criteria. So using this Tresca criteria, we shall see what will be the size of plastic zone. So what is tau max? Tau max is nothing but the principal stress, that is sigma 1 divided by 2. Do you agree? And what is sigma 1? Sigma 1 we have written, but now we shall equate this. So we can write sigma 1 divided by 2 will be equal to sigma ys divided by 2. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled. What remains is sigma 1 is equal to sigma ys. So this is relatively simple. So we know that sigma 1 is equal to ki upon root of 2 pi r into cos square theta by 2 into 1 plus sin square theta by 2. Do you agree with this? Sorry, not square, it is cos theta by 2 into sin theta by 2. Okay? So now this will be equal to sigma ys. So I can write ki upon root of 2 pi r into cos theta by 2 into 1 plus sin theta by 2 will be equal to sigma ys. Now I'll square it because r is in the term of root. So I can write this as ki square upon 2 pi r into cos square theta by 2 into 1 plus sin theta by 2 the whole square will be equal to sigma ys the square. So with it I can determine the expression for r. So simplifying this, the value of r will be ki square upon 2 pi sigma ys square into, or here we can take this term, cos square theta by 2 into 1 plus sin theta by 2 the whole square. So here again r is equal to rp and we get the plastic zone size. Rp is equal to ki square upon 2 pi sigma ys cos square theta by 2 into 1 plus sin theta by 2 the whole square. So this is about the plane stress condition. Next case we shall see for the plane strain condition. So next case is plane strain, and again here we start with von Mises criteria. So we'll write the equation. It is sigma 1 minus sigma 2 the whole square plus sigma 2 minus sigma 3 the whole square plus sigma 3 minus sigma 1 the whole square should be greater than or equal to 2 times sigma ys square. Right? Now here we have the equations. Sigma 1 is equal to ki upon root of 2 pi r into cos theta by 2 into 1 plus sin theta by 2. Okay. We have sigma 2 is equal to ki upon root of 2 pi r into cos theta by 2 into 1 minus sin theta by 2. And in plane strain condition, the sigma 3 will be not equal to 0, but sigma 3 can be written as sigma 3 will be nothing but mu times sigma 1 plus sigma 2. Right? So sigma 3 will be mu times sigma 1 for sigma 2 for the plane stress condition. Now, we shall determine each of these terms and substitute in this equation. So you can take this as equation number 1. So here we have already seen sigma 1 minus sigma 2 the whole square is equal to 4 c square cos square theta by 2 into sin square theta by 2. Now here you can write a note. If this derivation is asked for both plane stress as well as plane strain, then you can write this as it is over here, taking from the first part. But if the derivation is asked only for the plane strain condition, then you need to again derive this expression like how you derived it for the plane stress condition. That thing you need to remember here. Clear? So this is sigma 1 minus sigma 2 the whole square. Now we shall see what is sigma 2 minus sigma 3 the whole square. So for that we shall first write this sigma 2 minus sigma 3. So this can be written as sigma 2 minus mu times sigma 1 plus sigma 2, right? So I'll just simplify this. This can be written as sigma 2 minus mu sigma 1 minus mu sigma 2. So this can be written as 1 minus mu into sigma 2 minus mu into sigma 1. Now I have the expression for sigma 2 and sigma 1. So I'll substitute it over here. That is, if I square this, this becomes 1 minus mu the whole square into sigma 2 square minus mu square into sigma 1 square. Clear? So I can take this as sigma 2 minus sigma 3 the whole square as 1 minus mu the whole square. And what is sigma 2 square? Sigma 2 square is nothing but ki upon 2 pi, ki square upon 2 pi r into cos square theta by 2 into 1 minus sin theta by 2 the whole square minus mu square into sigma 1 is ki square upon 2 pi r into cos square theta by 2 into 1 plus sin theta by 2 the whole square. So here we shall simplify this now. So I can take this ki square cos square theta. So this I can write it as, for our simplification, as c square, because we have seen c is ki upon root of 2 pi r. So taking this c square cos square theta term outside, we get c square cos square theta by 2. Outside we take, in the bracket what we get is 1 minus mu into 1 minus sin theta by 2 the whole square sorry, this will not be whole square over here. There is a small mistake done over here. This whole should be the square. Okay, this whole should be the square. Individual term cannot be square. So from this square term, when I take c cos theta outside, it becomes c square cos square theta by 2. Okay. So in the bracket, what remains is 1 minus mu into 1 minus sin theta by 2 minus mu into 1 plus sin theta by 2, and this will be the whole square. So here we shall simplify this. So we get c square into cos square theta by 2 into 1 minus sin theta by 2 minus mu plus mu sin theta by 2 minus mu minus mu sin theta by 2. Okay. So this plus mu sin theta by 2 minus mu sin theta by 2 gets cancelled, and what remains is c square cos square theta by 2 into 1 minus mu, that will be 2 mu, in the bracket minus sine theta by 2, and this will be whole square, and this will be the equation for sigma 2 minus sigma 3. So we shall just write that equation for sigma 2 minus sigma 3 the whole square over here. So that is c square cos square theta by 2 into 1 minus 2 mu minus sine theta by 2 the whole square. Is that clear? Now we shall come to sigma 3 minus sigma 1 the whole square. So here let us consider first sigma 3 minus sigma 1. So this can be written as, what is sigma 3? Mu into sigma 1 plus sigma 2 minus sigma 1. So this can be written as mu into sigma 1 plus mu into sigma 2 minus sigma 1. So I can write this as mu minus 1 sigma 1 plus mu times sigma 2. Do you agree with this? So now I shall substitute for this thing. So sigma 3 minus sigma 1 the whole square will be nothing but mu minus 1 sigma 1 plus mu times sigma 2 the whole square. So I shall substitute these values over here. So what is sigma 3 minus sigma 1 the whole square? So this will be equal to, we have mu minus 1, sigma 1 is c cos theta by 2 into 1 plus sine theta by 2 plus mu into c cos theta by 2 into 1 minus sine theta by 2, and this will be the whole square. Complete. Do you agree? So now this c cos theta by 2, I'll take it outside, so I can write it as c square cos square theta by 2, and what remains in the bracket will be mu minus 1 into 1 plus sine theta by 2 plus mu into 1 minus sine theta by 2, and this will be the whole square. So we shall simplify this. So this will be c square cos square theta by 2. So here I can write this as mu minus mu sine theta by 2 plus mu sine theta by 2 minus 1 minus sine theta by 2 the whole square. So here minus mu and plus mu sine theta by 2 gets cancelled. So what remains is c square cos square theta by 2, mu plus mu is 2 mu minus 1 minus sine theta by 2 the whole square. So we shall rearrange this term such that we get 1 minus 2 mu over here. So this can be written as c square cos square theta by 2 as minus of 1 minus 2 mu minus sine theta by 2 the whole square. So sigma 3 minus sigma 2 can be written as c square cos square theta by 2 minus of 1 minus 2 mu minus sine theta by 2 the whole square. Okay. So now we have from equation 1 we can write 2 times sigma ys the whole square will be equal to this plus this plus this. So here when we simplify this, so again you simplify this at your end. So simplifying, we come to the expression that is c square sin square theta plus c square in the bracket cos theta plus 1 into 1 minus 2 mu the whole square over here plus c square by 2 sin square theta. Okay. So here I shall substitute for the value of c now. So c square can be written as ki square upon 2 pi r. Okay. And in the bracket, that is, from all these terms I take this c square outside. So in the bracket what remains is 3 by 2 sin square theta minus 1 minus 2 mu square into cos theta plus 1. So this will be equal to 2 sigma ys square. Therefore Rp is equal to R. We get it as Ki square upon that sigma 2, and this 2 is 4 pi sigma ys square. And in the bracket we have this term 3 by 2 sin square theta minus 1 minus 2 mu the whole square into cos theta plus 1. And this is the expression for the plastic zone size in plane stress condition using von Mises criteria. So next, there is also the Tresca criteria in this. So we shall see that Tresca criteria now. So next is Tresca criteria. So the governing equation for Tresca criteria will be tau max will be equal to half of sigma ys the whole square, but the tau max for plane strain condition will be equal to what? 1 by 2 into sigma 1 minus sigma 2 as one case, and second one is it can be equal to half of sigma 1 minus sigma 3, but provided the condition whichever is larger. Okay. So in any component, loaded component, if sigma 1 minus sigma 2 half is larger than sigma 1 minus sigma 3 half of that, then tau max will be equal to this. But if this term is larger than this term, then tau max will be equal to this. So it depends on the values of sigma 1 and sigma 2 in plane strain condition. So here we shall consider both these cases and derive the plastic zone size Rp. So let us take the first case. Sorry, that is tau max is equal to half of sigma 1 minus sigma 2. Okay. So half of sigma 1 minus sigma 2 will be equal to half of sigma ys over here. So half gets cancelled. So what you can write, sigma 1 minus sigma 2 will be equal to sigma ys. and this sigma 1 minus sigma 2, if you simplify this, it will be c sin theta. That is, we shall try this simplifying. So for sigma 1 and sigma 2, we have the term that is c cos theta by 2 as common. In the bracket, what remains is 1 plus sin theta by 2 minus 1 plus sin theta by 2. So plus 1 minus 1 gets cancelled. So what we get over here is c cos theta by 2 into 2 sin theta by 2 is equal to sigma ys. Now cos theta by 2 into 2 sin theta by 2, we can write it as c sin theta. So this will be equal to sigma ys. Now substitute for the value of c, that is ki upon root of 2 pi r into sin theta will be equal to sigma ys. Therefore rp is equal to r will be nothing but ki square upon 2 pi sigma ys square into sin square theta. Okay, so this is the equation number A when we have the first case, that is tau max is half of sigma 1 minus sigma 2. Now we shall see the case when tau max is equal to half of sigma 1 minus sigma 3. So again we will have the same case, that is half of sigma 1 minus sigma 3 will be equal to half of sigma ys. So half gets cancelled here. So sigma 1 minus sigma 3 will be equal to sigma ys. So I can write this as c into cos theta by 2 into sin theta by 2 minus 2 mu minus 1. This we have already seen. So this will be equal to sigma ys. Therefore substitute for c, that is ki upon root of 2 pi r into cos theta by 2. In the bracket we will have sin theta by 2 minus 2 mu minus 1 will be equal to sigma ys. So with this, when we simplify, we get rp is equal to r, and that will be equal to ki square upon 2 pi sigma ys square, in the bracket cos square theta by 2 into sin theta by 2 plus 1 minus 2 mu the whole square. So this you can take as equation B. So this will be the condition when tau max is equal to half of sigma 1 minus sigma 3, and that will be the equation for size of the plastic zone. So we have to take the size of the plastic zone Rp by such that whichever is larger, either equation A or B. So the resulting shape of the plastic zone is plotted in terms of the dimensional distance, that is Rp upon Ki square upon pi sigma ys square. So here we shall see those plots. So now I shall draw these plastic zone sizes. Now you have those plastic zone sizes equations with you. So using that equation, we shall now draw these plastic zone size. So here we have the first condition, that is as per the von Mises criteria. So according to von Mises criteria, we have this plastic zone size this way. So this is the crack. So this inner one is as for plane strain case, and this outer one is for plane stress case. And this size will be Rp upon Ki by pi sigma ys the whole square. So this is according to one Mises. Then we have according to Tresca. So this is as per plane strain, and this is as per the plane stress, and here we have this Rpz or Rp as Ki upon 2 pi sigma ys the whole square. So this will be the plastic zone size according to the Tresca criteria. So here you can take a note. The Tresca zones are slightly larger and are of slightly different shape than the von Mises criteria. So this was the expression to determine the plastic zone size, or the derivation to determine the plastic zone size Rp when theta is not equal to 0. So to summarize, here we have the two cases. One is the plane stress and second one is plane strain, and for both the cases we have seen Rp using von Mises and using Tresca criteria. So this is about the plastic zone size Rp when theta is not equal to 0. So if you have any doubts regarding this, please feel free to put a comment in the comment section below, and you can make notes of this. So that's all in this lecture, that is the plastic zone size Rp when theta is not equal to 0. So thank you very much.